Hey guys, and welcome to a new gold making video. In this one, we're going to be going over the best gold farms in Season of Discovery from level 1 to 10. So this is going to be mainly gold making methods for the very first day. It doesn't take long to get to level 10, but if you want to make some gold along the way, then this is going to be the best possible ways to actually do it. Now, in between level 1 and 10, gold making won't make you rich. However, it will make you ahead of the curve and it will give you a great start to Season of Discovery. Speaking about being ahead of the curve when it comes to gold making in Season of Discovery, I have my own gold making guide catered just for Season of Discovery, which will be the first link down below in the description box. And it's only $10 and you'll get a lifetime worth of free updates in all future phases and updates to Season of Discovery. Let's get right into this video. So first of all, a very important profession to take while you're leveling to make some extra raw gold is going to be skinning. Now to do this, you obviously need to learn skinning. You also need to get a skinning knife, which is very cheap, and you will make back that gold extremely quickly while you're leveling. So what you actually do to actually make gold with skinning while you're leveling is that every single mob that is skinnable that you have to kill for a quest or that you're grinding on, you're going to simply skin it, and then you're going to vendor all of the skinning materials straight to the vendor. Now this will have you have enough gold to buy all of your skills, upgrade your weapons, and it will really help you when you're leveling. You can make a decent amount of gold from just vendoring it. However, if you would like to use the auction house, you also, if they have a better price on the auction house, you could post up the leathers and the hides up on the auction house for a bit of extra gold, depending on the market of the leathers, because a lot of people will be doing skinning, so it might be around the vendor price. At that point, you might as well just straight up vendor it for the extra raw gold as you're leveling up. Now you should have a few gold just from skinning by the time you reach like level 10, so it's a great thing to do while you're leveling. The next farm is going to be farming low level farms for linen cloth. Now there is a bunch of different farming locations for linen cloth. I will be showing you a few just in a moment, but with this right here, you can either turn this into linen bags, or you can sell the linen cloth on the auction house, or you can turn the linen cloth into bandages with first aid and then vendor the bandages. So the first location for the alliance is right here. This is what I'm just showing in the video in the background. Now there's another location for alliance also. This is in Eldon Forest, and this is going to be at the Huming starting zone. You also have one near Thunder Bluff. You can farm a bunch of linen cloth at this location right here if you're Horde, and then also at below Orgrimmar right here if you are Alliance also. Now when you're doing these sort of farms, it's a great way to make some quick and easy gold while you're leveling up. Plus if you get any BoE gear, that is definitely worth selling on the auction house, and also any like healing potions and any other loot that you get from these mobs, you'll be able to sell on the auction house if it is worth so. If not, just straight up vendor it. Now the majority of the time you can actually level just as quick by farming mobs and making a bit of gold along the way than actually doing quests, so it's definitely worth doing these low level linen cloth farms while you're leveling up. This will give you some more gold, and plus on the launch day or the first few days, the quest mobs are going to be highly contested, and there's going to be a lot of people farming them, so farming and leveling by grinding mobs will be a great way. Another good farm to do at a very low level, like around level 5, is farming for small eggs. Now these are used for cooking, and so a lot of people are always looking to buy these. If they're too lazy to go out and farm them themselves, what a lot of people do is buy them straight off the auction house. And now this is a great way to start making some decent gold at only level 5, so it's a very low level, and you can start making gold right away with these. And these usually sell for a lot more on the auction house than vendoring them. So this is where I'd recommend, if you're a night elf or you're an alliance, to farm these at this location. And then if you're a horde, head over to the top of Thunder Bluff, and there'll be a bunch of mobs that you can farm for small eggs. So this is a really good one, because a lot of people, like I just mentioned, are buying these off the auction house to level up their cooking, and you can normally get a very good price for these for a low level farm, and they sell extremely quick on the auction house. and I expect the first week or so these will be selling like hotcakes, because everyone will want to be leveling up their cooking while they level up and while they reach level 25, which is the current gold cap level cap for Season of Discovery. Now what you could do is you could actually move around. There's a bunch of different like bird related mobs and like harpies and things like that that actually drop the small eggs. So at every level range you do have a location to actually go and farm these if you actually just want to stick to farming small eggs, and if they're making a lot of decent gold for you. Moving on to the next farm, this is going to be one of my favorites to do. It is around level 10 though, so about the highest level for this 1 to 10 gold making guide. It's going to be farming for light feathers and linen cloth. Now light feathers are used by mages for slow fall and priests for levitation. So the best spot to actually farm these at a low level is right here at the Night Elf starting zone if you are Alliance. And then if you're Horde, you want to head over to the very top of Thunderbluff to this location showed on the screen. Now you also can get some BOE gear and some other cool things. As you can see, there's actually a chest right here. So you want to make sure if there's any chests, you grab those if you're at this farming location. And also any BOEs that you get, even if they're very low level, like level 10 BOEs, you still want to throw those up in the auction house, because you'll definitely be able to get more than just vendoring them by selling them on the auction house, especially in the first few weeks of Season Discovery. I would imagine that the BOE gear is going to sell extremely good on the auction house for way more than what it can vendor for. However, if it isn't worth selling on the auction house, what you could do is you could make an alt that has enchanting, and you could simply disenchant the BOE gear, and then you could sell the disenchanted materials up on the auction house. You also get raw gold normally when you're farming them sort of farms. Moving on to another way to make gold, this is going to be farming cooking materials. So for an example, by farming boar meat. So what and why this actually sells for more than what it vendors for is because there's a lot of people that are just going to fly through leveling, and then once they level up, they're going to need and want to level up cooking, for an example. So this is where we come in, and if we can farm up a bunch of like the chunk of boar meat and things like that, all the different sort of boar meats and all the other materials used for leveling cooking, and sell those on the auction house, you'll be able to make a decent amount of gold, and you can start doing this around like level 5. So it's another great way to actually level up, like grinding these mobs, leveling up, and also making gold on the side. Now another really important thing, if you have skinning when you're doing this sort of farm, you can kind of double dip in both methods. You can farm the cooking materials, and then also you can skin the mobs after, and then you can have the leathers and the hides to straight up vendor or sell on the auction house, whichever gives a better price. So this is a really good one that pretty much any starter zone will have boars that you can actually farm and do this exact thing with. So it's a very good way to level up instead of doing the quest, because there's going to be so many people questing. Another really good way, and a way that I plan on making a lot of gold, is by doing tailoring. I'm going to be picking up tailoring, and that is going to be turning linen cloth into linen bags, especially in the first few days. All the bag markets are going to be extremely good. These are going to sell super quick. Everyone needs bags, and because we're all starting fresh in Season of Discovery, no one's going to have them. So a lot of people are going to be looking to buy bags, and I reckon this will make a lot of gold in early days of Season of Discovery. However, if you would like to learn more about making gold in Season of Discovery, I have my own gold making guide for Season of Discovery, which will be the first link down below in the description box. This will constantly be updated in every single phase. So in the next phase, I'll have it set up all for the next phase, and you'll get the updated version sent to your email address completely for free. However guys, if you enjoyed, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.